out of my house. Hello guys, here's Vivian, hands on, eyes down. Let's check it out. So today we are going big with the two unboxing for Epomaker and Aula F65 and F75. And F65 is their newest series for their F series. And F75, I've heard so many people talk about it. It's one of the very popular keyboards in the keyboard world. And today we're gonna dive in and check what's the difference between them. So first we have the F65. So I purchased on the Epomaker.com, and what they have is 2 color options and 3 switch options. And on the box, it's quite different on the F75 that they had before. So this box is pretty new with their, I believe this is their new IP little person right here, and with the name and logos right here. And on the back is what the keyboards looks like. So pretty simple. And F75. So on the website, on the Epomaker's website, they got 7 colors, which is a lot, and 3 different switches as well. So you have more choices to what kind of color and what kind of switches you like to pick. And we got the logo right here, F75, and how the keyboard looks like, just little outlines right here. And that's pretty much it. So pretty simple box. And we're gonna open the box and check what's the difference between these 2 items. So let's open up the F65 first. So what we got first is the manual and the desk cover. Pretty nice, so you can cover it when you're not using the keyboard. And then 2 of the extra switches, Type-C cable, and the switch puller and keycap puller. And obviously we got our keyboard, F65. So I'll take everything away on the side and only left the F65 on the table. And we're gonna check what's inside of the F75 and to see if it's the same inside or if there's some extra accessories. So let's check it out. So now guys, we are jumping into the F75 and check what's inside of the box. We got this little brochure for the informations. And we got a bigger size manual for the F75 because it's bigger keyboard. And another desk cover, the keyboard on the side, and again 2 extra switches and another cable line and the switch puller and keycap puller. Pretty much the same, except that we got bigger manual for a better eye. Okay guys, I've unwrapped everything and put it away. So only got an F75 and F65 on my desk. So the F65, which is the smaller one, the price on the website is $65.99 and the F75 is $69.99. So I was like, it's just a $4 difference. $4 for extra knob and an extra rose. I don't see why not. And the bigger the better, you know. So, but we're gonna look more deeper about the appearance, and we're gonna open up the keyboard and see inside of it. If it's really different, the extra $4 are worth it, or the F65 will have a better feature. Well, let's check it out. Okay, so for the size, F65 is in 65%, total of 67 keys. And for the F75 is 75% layout and total of 81 keys with a knob. So from the outside, F75 definitely gets some extra function keys on the top, so the function rows. And they both got the extra keys on the side and arrow keys as well. So if you are an intense worker that you need F rows, or you are a gamer that you need F-rows for your gaming, then F75 definitely have easier for you to use. F65 because it's compact layout, so they take off the F-rows. But I believe you can always do the shortcuts in the software as well. So also for the F75, they got the light bar on the left top corner and also knob on the right corner. And on the back of the F75 and back of 65, the F75 definitely got the 2 of the stage foot, but the F65 does not have it. I think because it's compact layout, so people usually don't need it. But F75 got it. If you really need a stage feet to rise up the keyboard, then F75 do have the feature. And they both have rubber feet. And on forward of the corner, both F75 and F65. It also got the little logo and the badge on the back as well. Now let's talk about the connections. So both F65 and F75 do have three-way connections. So 2.4 wireless, Bluetooth, and Type-C. So whether you are working at your desk or you are on the go, these two keyboards do cover you up. So that's totally no problem with it. And then they have the switches, switch to 3 different modes, and they have a 2.4 dongles where you can attach with the keyboard. I really like this feature because I've always lost my 2.4 dongles. It's all over my house. Okay guys, so now let's take a look at the keycaps and the switches. So both of the keyboards that come with very high quality PPT double shot keycaps, and they are both in cherry profile. Let's give a close shot. So they look exactly the same. I believe they use the same set of the keycaps. And for the switches, what I have is the Hiiiiii reverse switch for both of them. I got the same switch for both of the keyboards, which is the Hiiiiii the reverse switch. So the material is the POM Steam PC housing. And the reverse switch do got the light diffusers, and it's a linear switch. The activation force is about 45, bottom force is about 55, and it's the same for both keyboards. So that's here, the switch by itself. So it's a linear switch, pretty nice sound, and the weight is not heavy. Personally, I like a lighter weight, but I also like tactile switch. But for this switch, I like it. Now is for the most fun part, guys. We're gonna open those two keyboards up, and we're gonna take a peek inside of it, and to check what's the initial for both of the keyboards. And let's dive in. Okay, so the top is the F65 and at the bottom is F75. Just from the outside, when you take off the keycaps and the switches, I feel like the inside looks exactly the same. Let me take off. And this is the top case for the F75 and this for the F65. And let's take a look at the inside of it. Okay, so this made with the ABS plastic, so it's very nice material for the plastic keycaps. I mean, not keycaps, the plastic case. Okay, so over here we got the PC plates with the stabilizer. So let me take off from the F75 and with the stabilizer and extra foam to fill in the space for the base. And it's also a gasket structure, and you can see they got little sockets to fill in with the spots to give extra bounciness. And on the back, it's also factory looped, and you can see the little grease on it. But it's more, that means it's very smooth when you typing it. And let's take a look at the F65. Take off it though. And the same with the F75. It's also gasket structured. Also have the extra foam to fill in the space bar, and also extra, not extra, but the little sockets for the gasket structure, and also factory looped. So I will say they use the same material for the PC plates. There's no doubt on that. It's just the difference for the size. On the bottom of it, and there is maroon foam, and this is that one for the F65. No doubt, same thing, same thickness. I believe same material as well. And let's put it on the side. And we got a switch sheet, and with the F65, everything. And here's the PET sheet. Same with the F65, also got it as well. And now we get to the most important part, the PCB. So the F75, I know a lot of people talk about it. They got the North RGB. So if you like to use the side print keycaps, then F75 have to pass it because it's kind of weird, but since it's such a new keyboard, F75 chose to have a North RGB, but they got improved on the F65. They've changed back to the, well, not back, but they changed to the South RGB for the F65, which is, I think is necessary for the updates. And this is connected with the battery, so I'm not gonna take off. So just gonna let you guys check like this. And on the back of it, back of the PCB board, they've got another layer of the maroon foam, which is sticking with the PCB board. Same with the 65 as well. It's pretty sticky on the other side. So they tend to really well protect with the PCB board when you typing on it. Okay, I'm just gonna slowly put it on the side. Okay, whoa, gotta be extra careful. And on the bottom of it, silicone pad that will just 100% fully fill in the space on the bottom case, which is pretty nice because there's not going to be no hollow sound when you're typing on it. So pretty thick on that. And same with the F65, there's also a same pretty thick silicone pads to fulfill the bottom case. And I put this extra foam to fill in the space. Let me check if F75 has that as well. Nope, I don't think the F75 has that. Oh, I think they're just trying to, because they only got one battery for the F65, so they just need this extra foam to fill in the space. And the batteries, so the battery for the F65 is 4,000 milliamp. And for the F75, it's also 4,000 milliamp. So same amount of batteries. And that's pretty much it, guys. So the biggest difference between those two is the RGB. F75 is the north RGB, and for the F65 is the south RGB. And same batteries, and F65 to get this extra foam to fill in the space, which I think they think a lot to care about this small parts. And that's pretty much it. Same amount of peroxide foam and same amount of silicones. So that's pretty much the same for the inside. Okay guys, now is the ASMR time. I know what you guys all been waiting for. So we're gonna test out the F65 first and then the F75 with the same keycaps and same switches, and let's check if the sound's gonna be different or not. So let's check it out. Okay guys, so after spending time with those two keyboards, I would say I'm impressed because the F65, even though it's smaller, but for those people who needs to carry their keyboards away with them, or you have like a more compact setup. So F65, you know, it's minimal, portable, and super stylish. So you can always choose the F65 if you need the smaller keyboards. And the Aula definitely update their RGB, so different from the F75, F65, they have changed it to the South RGB. So if you like side print keycaps or you like, you know, like to switch it up the keycaps for your keyboards, F65 definitely give you more of the options, and it definitely depends on you guys, you know. So for the F75, definitely is bigger. It got extra keys than the F65. It got like one extra F roads and the knob. So if you are the worker who need to use F roads for your daily basis, and or you are the gamers who use F roads more, well, F75 definitely will be easier for you to use. But for keyboards, it really depends on what you are looking for, you know. And it's really personal thoughts, especially different people have a different job. And some people need to carry the keyboards away. Some people just need to use for the gaming. So guys, after I compare the F65 and F75, which one will you pick? You like the compact and minimalist F65, or you like the feature-packed F75? Well, let me know on the comments down below. If you find out today's unbox videos helpful, remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, hands on, eyes down. Let's keep on typing.